Come and get me!
How's it going, everyone? Justin Crumley here with the Cujo Productions channel. Welcome to another edition of The Film Cave. Without further ado, let's just get straight into the review today. We're going to be talking about Captain America Brave New World. This came out last week, February 14th. It's directed by Julius Onah, and of course stars Anthony Mackie and Harrison Ford. General Thunderbolt Ross is now the President of the United States, and after surviving an assassination attempt, it falls on the new Captain America, Sam Wilson, and his new companion, the new Falcon, Joaquin Torres, to solve the mystery as to who's behind the assassination attempt. Boy, I feel like I said "new" a lot in that sentence. Yeah, a lot of new in this movie. New. Now, that begs the question, is new good? Not really, no. There's been a lot of negative bashing of this film. A lot of people are saying it's the worst Marvel film ever, it's terrible, it's the worst thing ever, and I don't necessarily agree. I don't think it's the worst movie ever. I don't think it's necessarily even terrible, but it isn't good, and I'm certainly not gonna defend it or rate it any higher than it needs to. If I had to pull some good things about this movie, I would say the action scenes were pretty solid and a lot of fun. And, the way the main villain of the film, I thought the way he looked was actually pretty cool. That's another thing that's been receiving some negative bashing, and to be 100% honest, I don't quite agree with that. I thought the look was just fine. But that's about the only good thing I could say about this movie is the action scenes were pretty fun and the look of the villain was pretty cool. And I'm not talking about Red Hulk. One thing I neglected to mention when going over the plot is that this is also kind of a loose sequel to The Incredible Hulk all the way back in, I believe, 2008 was when that movie came out. So some people have bashed it for that, others have praised it. I don't necessarily have an issue with it myself. I think it's a decent way to tie the film into the MCU. So I guess you could say for me that was probably another good thing, was the tie-ins to The Incredible Hulk. That being said, the story was a mess. At times I really had no idea what was going on, and even though I said the action scenes were a lot of fun, I largely found them to be kind of baseless. Like, again, at times I had no idea, who was fighting what, why was everybody fighting, and just in general what was going on. The plot does get a bit messy and a little overwritten, overcomplicated. This movie was actually delayed. It was originally set to come out in July of 2024, and then it got delayed to February of 2025. Obviously, that's no secret. There were a lot of reshoots because the original test screenings were very negative. And I can't imagine a film that was too much worse than what we got. Now, that may sound like I'm saying the movie's terrible, but again, I can't emphasize this enough. I really didn't think this movie was terrible. I just largely found it to be bland. Kind of boring, bland, very disjointed, and overall just kind of a mess. Has some fun action sequences, and there's some fun banter between some of the characters. Like, there was a story. I could tell that there was a story somewhere in there that was trying to be told, but it just got buried under all the disjointed nonsense and, in general, just the messiness of everything. And yeah, while I don't think this is a terrible movie, I definitely don't think it's great, and I don't think it's one of the MCU's best. Competent enough, and had some fun action sequences, but I would say probably skip this one, or just wait for it to hit streaming if you really want to see it that bad. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. Be Be sure to look out for my review for The Monkey. That should be up pretty soon. I just saw that recently. And if you saw Captain America Brave New World, be sure to tell me in the comment section what you thought of it. Do you agree with me that it's kind of a mess, but it's not necessarily the worst thing ever? Or are you in the boat that it is in fact the worst thing ever? Whatever your thoughts are, your opinions, throw them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And as always, until next time, I'm Justin Crumley, and this is Cujo Productions saying, stay awesome.